Hi everyone, Julie Dimmick here. I'm so sorry it's been a while since my last video blog to reach out to you all. This is a completely unscripted video, and I want it to be unscripted because it's quite personal to me, and it's an opportunity for me to share with you a story, a true story of what's currently occurring in the world. However, before I get there, I actually want to start and ask a few challenging questions, because as you know, I ran the challenge question video blogs a few months ago and asked some really probing questions. I want to ask a few more just to get us to really think about how we think. Okay, so remember, it's not just about the question that's being posed, it's really delving into how we think and how we experience the world around us. So the question that I'm asking, or the few questions I want to ask before I tell you the story, is do you believe you can eliminate terrorism by killing terrorists? The next question I want to ask you is, can we learn anything about climate change just by talking about the weather? Another question is, can we resolve immigration issues by building walls or by just allowing everyone to come into the land that they're trying to immigrate into? These are questions that are really challenging because there's a lot of topics that are happening around the world at the moment that really impact the way that we think and feel. It's more about the process of how we actually behave and how we think about the world around us and the world that we experience. So let me tell you a story. About 5 years ago, I was so fortunate to meet this wonderful, they weren't a couple at the time, couple Ben and Kristie. And we met through a training course that we were all doing together, and it was really designed to alter the life and alter the way that we thought and felt about ourselves, so that we could then look at the world around us with cleaner, fresher eyes and start to really transform the organisations that we worked in, the families that we lived in, and the world as a whole that we experience, your environment. During this time, I was very lucky to have actually had some very close contact with Kristie, and I always thought that I was quite an inspirational person, a very motivated person, a very happy person, and a person that could not get irritated by anyone. But my Lord, did Kristie irritate me. Kristie annoyed the utter hell out of me simply because she was so happy all the time. And when we're all facing some of the most toughest questions, and these are internal questions that we needed to answer, Kristie kept going. Now, I don't know why she irritated me so much back then, other than I always thought that was me, but the deep inside of me really wanted to give up. I wanted to close down and really run away. But I saw Kristie go through the journey, and I thought, you know what? Kristie is just a younger version of me, and she is handling this self-transformation with such dignity and such grace and such enthusiasm. She gave 100% to the moment. So 5 years ago, even though I spent a significant amount of money doing this training, becoming a leader and a master practitioner in this discipline, I learned so much from the colleagues around me, my peer group in the training. In the same training was Ben. Ben was someone that was like me, working, very long hours and giving our all to actually building up our corporate careers, whether it be blue collar or white collar. We actually were going through the motion. So two completely different beings had met, and they did what, most people aim to do in life. They fell in love and became one. So fast track a couple of years, Ben and Kristie have baby Shanique and the most gorgeous little girl. During this time, they get married and start to really progress their lives in what you would just typically call the dream, the dream world, young love, young family, great ambitions, and a future together. Fast track a little bit longer, and Kristie's now having their third child, and Ben gets diagnosed with cancer. It's pretty much what I did. Took a big sigh, and I just went, Why? Why them? They have so much to give, so much love, and they're just starting out on their family journey. Why them? I'm also a great believer that everything happens for a reason, and we can choose to actually see the benefit in the reason, or we can actually go down a path of negativity and really take a spiral. Well, remember how I told you Kristie was a little bit of a motivator and inspirator? Kristie wore her heart on her sleeve, and almost every day we watched Kristie go up and down with her emotions as she worked her way through Ben's diagnosis. And it was almost to a point where she took it personally there for a while, and then she changed the way she thought about it. At the same time, Ben did the same.
Wife and 3 children while he still can.
I love photos and they capture love in time. So we just decided to do a memories trip to take as many photos as we can so the kids can remember their dad.
The 35-year-old was diagnosed with aggressive bowel cancer a year ago. 2 months ago, he was told he only had 3 days to live.
I was ready to lay down and give up and let it all go until my wife kicked me in the butt and said, you have kids to live for.
And so began Ben's cancer adventure. They headed up the Queensland coast with 2 swags and a $12 tent.
Sitting at the border. Hello.
His family is choosing to see cancer as a gift.
Cancer was a message from God to kick us in the butt and say, live now.
It's inspired Ben to write a book, Healing Life with Cancer.
I just feel my time's not up. There's plenty more for me to do here.
Ben is trying to heal the cancer using natural remedies rather than receive treatment. The journey has been far from easy, but a picture of Aussie superstar Chris Hemsworth has helped keep Ben on track.
One thing I want to do is, my mission and my goal is to reverse the stoma bag and then go surfing with him and actually catch the wave before him.
Danielle DePinto, 7 News.
It was an opportunity to transform his life, to heal his life with cancer. So let's fast track again now to this year. Earlier in the year, Ben was given 3 days to live. And it made me really stop and think, what would I do if I was given 3 days to live? Well, I'd double check my will, I'd say, I'd put all my affairs in order, I would do all the practical things. I know that I've left a legacy, I know that I've had a great career and I've taught a lot of people and inspired a lot of people. So I've done a lot of things that people could actually speak positively about me at my eulogy. But is that enough? Did I really complete the life that I wanted to complete in this time? So while Ben was diagnosed with cancer, Ben's close network had to then, I guess, decide whether we wanted to take this opportunity to heal our life with cancer with him while he was actually going through the dis-ease of cancer. And I say dis-ease of cancer because the word disease is broken down into 2 fragments, dis and ease. And so he was suffering from or going through the process of the dis-ease of cancer. So here it is. Ben was diagnosed with cancer. He was given 3 days to live. And COVID-19's really taking control of the world. What would you do? Well, there's a great book that's out. It's called Healing Life with Cancer, but a snapshot, if you really want to know, is you pack your wife and kids up, you go on the most incredible road trip, documenting and creating memories for your children. At the same time, you knock out a book and you write a book, you get yourself on mainstream TV and you inspire tens of thousands of people to heal your life. I share this with you because there's a really great book that Ben and Kristie have written together over the last couple of months, which has just become available for purchase. It's called Healing Life with Cancer. It talks about their journey through cancer. It talks about remembering life and remembering to live life to its fullest and to live your life. They talk about their spiritual journey, they talk about their family and their love for each other and how you can do anything you truly want. Well, here's the thing. Ben's diagnosis of 3 days was many, many months ago. So I guess he reframed his diagnosis or his prognosis of 3 days to live. Ben has transformed that 3 days into one of the most remarkable stories I've ever seen. And Kristie's love for him has carried him through this whole entire time. When I was telling this story to some family and friends about what I've been watching with Ben and Kristie go through over the last 2 years, someone turned around and said to me, oh, so effectively they put their lives on hold so that they could actually deal with this cancer issue. Wow. I'd like to see it a different way. They didn't put their lives on hold. They've done completely the opposite. They've embraced life. They've pretty much turned their world around and they've invested in absolutely everything that they value. Isn't it amazing that by investing in everything and focusing on everything that Ben and Kristie has valued, he's surpassed the expectation of the medical practitioners of an excess of 6 months now. So here's a thought. If Ben can heal his life with cancer, not necessarily his physical body, but his life with cancer, and achieve so much with reframing the way that he views the prognosis, imagine what we could do if we were to heal our lives with whatever we choose it to be. Some of us are really doing it hard during COVID-19 lockdown and isolation, and other people have the fortunateness of being able to travel around their state and do a lot of things that others can't do at the moment. But there's one thing that we can all choose to do. We can choose to have a look at life and our lives with a more positive, more productive lens. Choose to be a part of your life, not an innocent bystander or a spectator. Don't be a tourist in your own journey. Take this opportunity now to stop, refresh, restart, and to put into place everything that you want your life to be. Normally I would say, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep connected. But for Ben and Kristie today, I'm going to leave this video blog with keep inspiring. Goodbye for now, and I wish you all well.